Valentine's Day is coming up. Hopefully everybody's doing good. I decided I wanted to do an unscripted review of Metroid Prime 4. I know I don't usually do reviews, and my writing skills aren't great. That's why it's unscripted. I am going to think of things off the top of my head that I like, things I don't like, and compare it between the other games of the series, two of which I have not played. I've only ever played Metroid Prime 1. And always meant to get around to Metroid Prime 2 and 3. I know the first one's the best out of the 3. 3 kind of sucks. 2's okay. But I digress. Let's name off the things that I like about Metroid Prime 4. I enjoy the bike. The bike is the coolest thing in the entire game. Fight me on it. I don't care. The bike is very cool. And I spent way too much money on that fucking amiibo just to get the background music, because God forbid Nintendo puts a feature in a game that should be in a game on launch. But for some reason they like to lock features behind a paywall, just like that goddamn Loftwing amiibo for Skyward Sword. Make it make sense. I say it all the time. Make it make sense, Nintendo, because it don't. Yeah, I've seen a lot of complaints online about the desert, and I have to agree with the desert. The desert isn't that great. It serves as a hub in a way that connects the different areas, which sucks. If you're looking at a Metroid Prime game, it sucks, right? It's not Metroid Prime at all. If anything, it's more like Ocarina of Time. If you ever played Ocarina of Time, which I'm sure you have, it's a giant field, and then it branches off into like 4 or 5 different areas, which I've kind of gotten used to. I've like turned my brain off, idly driven by and just got crystals and like killed the enemies, yada yada yada. Which it's fine. It's not great. If you're looking at like a Metroid Prime game, like the standard of that, it's not great. But I got used to it. I don't really care about the desert. I don't care too much for it. But I do want to get into the actual areas themselves, because I have a lot to say about those areas in particular. Fury Green is the best one, the best looking one, I should say. Not as strenuous and annoying as the other areas. Vault Forge was by far the worst for me. I hated the Vault Forge. The boss sucked ass. The layout was terrible. That long ass tutorial just to get the bike, and it was easy shit that didn't matter. I didn't like it. I wish I could have been able to skip it, just because I don't like doing tutorials half the time, unless I'm interested. But if it's boring and I don't care, then I shouldn't have to sit there and do it for 10, 15 minutes at a time. Which, by the way, I did stream this game on my channel, so go subscribe if you're new. We stream there pretty often, 2 uploads a week, so don't miss out on that. But just to get back to the review, yeah, Fury Green was fine. The Vault Forge kind of sucked, didn't like that. And then what was after that? Ice Belt? I called it Frost Belt for the longest time. Apparently that's not what it's called. Ice Belt was okay. Definitely not that bad to look at. The layout was okay. My thing about this map, right? If you play Metroid Prime 1, it's like a 4D puzzle. Every area kind of stacks on top of each other, and it's kind of cohesive in that sense. But this one is not. It's like long corridors, big open areas that branches off into like maybe 3 to 4 different sections. But it's not connected. None of it's connected at all. There's like some shortcuts to different places, which I think I might have missed. But it's fine. I don't care. But my point is, these maps are not the same as what they used to be. And I also learned that during the development process that they lost a lot of their original staff that made the original games. And a lot of the new devs were from Halo 3, 4, and 5, 343 Industries, which made, the Halo franchise. And you can definitely see the similarities, and how the levels are just laid out, like the giant bridge. There's a huge bridge. I don't know if I'll be able to find the footage of it, but there's a huge bridge I remember from the beginning of the game that just screamed Halo to me. It's very weird, right? Because this game was announced, in 2018? Something like that. And it had so much time. They had so much time to iron it out, And it's not even that the game's, bad. It just doesn't meet the standard that a Metroid Prime game should be. And that's what sucks the most, is because I loved the very first Metroid Prime game. That game was fucking phenomenal. This is coming from a guy that just got into Metroid in the past 2 or 3 years. I'm not an old fan by any means. I got into the 2D Metroid, went off and played Metroid Prime 1 out of curiosity. As a COD player, I was like, I don't know if it'll be worth playing because the gunplay might be bad, but didn't matter. It was phenomenal. The puzzles, the level design, the enemies, the bosses, the music, everything about that game was fucking awesome. And Metroid Prime 4 does have that. It has its moments where you're like, you see a boss like, oh, that's cool. Like the boss in the flare pool. Phenomenal. I loved that boss. I didn't have any issues with that boss at all. That was like the one boss in the game I was like, wow, this is great. I'm having fun. But yeah, that area was cool. And I just got to the Chrono Tower. I haven't beat the game, by the way. I'm doing a review of this game that I haven't been finished yet. Which I know, it's ass backwards, but sue me. But I just finished the mines. The mines were decent. I did not like the Grievers. Did not like the Grievers. Especially when there's so many of them and you have to do like this defense mission with, I think her name was Armstrong or something. I don't know the names of the characters, chat. I don't care to, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm looking at a person in a fucking power suit from Fallout, and that's what I have to go on. There's no face, it's just a voice in a power suit, and it's weird. I don't like, how am I supposed to remember that? It's weird. I can't even get attached to these characters. I have nothing to go on based, like, just their voices. And their mediocre personality. And don't even get me started on Mackenzie, because this guy, I will have a general idea of where I need to be. It's not hard. Anybody with a functioning brain and a sense of direction will know where to go next. And he just like hammers it into your fucking head. Oh, hey, you should go, you got a thunder blocker or a thunder shot now. You should go to the ice belt. Make sure you got all the items. I was like, no shit, stupid. Have you played Metroid, Mackenzie? You backtrack in those games. That's how they work. Of course I'm going to backtrack. That's how these games are fucking operated. Stating the obvious. Every time I go to the Soul Valley, it's like, hey, you should do this, you should do that. It's like, dude, shut up. Let me play the game. Let me play it at my own pace. I'm out here trying to get crystals so I can get the fucking legacy suit and beat the game. You know what I mean? Stop telling me what to do. It's like if we were playing Breath of the Wild and Zelda's constantly in your fucking ear. Link, you gotta save me. Link, help. I don't want to hear that. Just stop talking to me. I'm trying to play a fucking game. Flare Pool is great. I enjoyed Flare Pool. These games, Volt Forge was the one that I had the most trouble with, puzzle-wise. Maybe Ice Belt because of the little codes, like the 6-piece codes you had to do. But yeah, the puzzles in this game were fun. Some of them, blew me away. I really enjoyed the grapple and the spider ball. The spider ball was great. I love that. And what I did like about... I will give the overworld some credit. There was some cool stuff in there, like the little... the underground puzzles to get upgrades for your shots and stuff. Those were cool. I like those a lot. It felt like kind of like a shrine from Zelda, is what it felt like to me, like a little mini dungeon or something. There was an overworld boss, so spoilers. I know this whole video is going to be spoilers, by the way, so I know I should have put that at the beginning. Oh well. This whole video is going to be spoilers, but in the overworld there's the mech debris that you got to inspect, and there was one in particular... Before you have to go to the Frostbelt and the Flare Pool to get those ones, there's one in particular that is swallowed by a boss. And the boss is actually great. It's like in a giant sand pit, and you're on the bike the entire time. You shoot it to stop it in its tracks or slow it down, and then you ram into him in his tail and take him out like that. I saw a lot of people complaining about this boss, saying it was a bullet sponge. That wasn't the case. I maybe hit him like 7-8 times, maybe 10 at most, with my bike, and it wasn't even that bad. It was like a 10-minute boss fight. It really wasn't long at all. I'm just assuming, because you get a power upgrade eventually, and it makes it makes these bosses a breeze. It really does, and it's not even that hard to do. If you turn your brain off, turn on a podcast, and go after these green crystals around the world just for maybe an hour, you'll have pretty much everything done. You get the radar eventually, lets you get more crystals if you want to get the legacy suit, which gives you a cool-ass shield. And the suit looks phenomenal, by the way. I just want to put that out. The suit is fucking phenomenal. But yeah, I really am enjoying Metroid Prime 4 as a whole. Not my favorite game. I think, as of right now, I would give it a 7. I would. I'm not going to suck its dick the entire time. But yeah, there's definitely a lot to like about it. It's a shame that it's gone in the direction that it's gone compared to the original games. You don't get that sense of isolation anymore. You've got NPCs in your ear that break the immersion a little bit. They have stupid quips all the time. Worries me. What direction is this series going to take? I think Metroid, 2D Metroid will be untouched. I think it'll be fine as it is. But my issue is Metroid Prime. If this studio remains the same, I don't know that we'll ever get back to the way Metroid Prime used to be. I think it'll be more for a modern audience and not for the hardcore fans. like it used to be. And I think with that, the dialogue will be cringy. The gameplay will be like watered down and like easier. But that's like the issue that I have with it. Mario Tennis is coming up in a few days, like 4 days. So I'll be playing that on stream. And hopefully you are there to watch it. It should be around 8 or 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, PM and not AM, because I am a night owl and I have work. So, but hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you enjoyed Metroid Prime 4 as much as I did. Definitely a lot to work on if you're the studio. Definitely a lot to polish and fix. But not a terrible game. Definitely not terrible. I wouldn't give it anything lower than a 6. But yeah, it's just disappointing, underwhelming, and I don't think that the $70 price tag justifies it. Personally, I think I would recommend you get it on a sale, for sure. Definitely get it on a sale, because definitely not worth the $70 price tag. With as short as it is, and it's just not the same game as you remember it being. Not the same franchise, I should say. But I appreciate you guys watching, appreciate you listening, and I'll see you in the next video.